All right. Happy Tuesday, fourth graders. Today we are talking about factors and multiples. This was requested by some other fourth graders as our review lesson for today. So if you want to follow along, this is on my homework page that was in one of your packets. It says lesson 7, factors and multiples, and the page number is 177. And so we're working on getting a document camera to work in here so I can show you the exact problems at the same time, but we haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm going to use a whiteboard, and we're going to hope that it's not backwards for your viewing, and we'll see how we do. So we've talked about factors and multiples before in class, and we know that factors are the numbers that multiply together to get another one. So for example, if we did 3 times 2 equals 6, my two factors are 3 and 2. So if I am looking at your worksheet, they say find the factors of 16. So they're talking about find all of the factors, all of the numbers that multiply together to make 16. This is when in the classroom I would say always start with 1, right? And we work through that number line. So I would start with 1, and 1 times what is 16? Well, I know 1 times 16 is 16, so I'm going to add that to my list. You'll notice that I'm putting them far apart, and that is because, I froze. And that is because I want to be able to fit them in order in between. So I know 1 is my smallest factor and 16 will be my biggest. So now I'm asking myself 2 times what is 16? I know 2 times 8 is 16, so I'm going to put that here. Then I think, okay, after 2 comes 3, but I don't know any 3 times that will get me to 16, so there must not be a 3. And so then I'm going to keep going up my list. So there's not a 3, so let's try 4. So 4 times what is 16? I know 4 times 4 is 16. So this is when I would be writing my factors down, but 4 times 4 is a doubles fact. So I'm only going to write that 4 one time. Okay, then I think 5 times, no. 6 times, no. 7 times, no. 8 times I already did. 9, no. 10, no. 10, or I'm sorry, 11, no. And so there's going to be nothing in between there and 16. So all of my factors of 16 are listed here. Okay, I would either write it as a list like this, or you can write it as the multiplication problems like this. Okay, that would work also. So that's finding factors. And then, I realize I don't have an eraser. Use my sweater. And then the other part of this is multiples. So multiples are a little bit different because multiples you can think of as the answers to that math problem. So usually on your math pages, they will say list the first 5, list the first 3 multiples of some number. Okay, and so the reason that they give you a limit like that, only list the first 3, list the first 4, is because multiples are infinite. There are many, many, many multiples of numbers. So in this case, in the example that's on your worksheet, it says identify the first 5 multiples of 4. And so in this case, if I'm going to find the first multiple, the first one is always going to be 0 because 0 times 4 equals 0. So this is my multiple. These are my factors. Okay, so this is the first multiple, which means to find the second multiple, I would be doing 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So 4 is also a multiple of 4. The reason I'm multiplying by 4 is because I was told to do so right here. Okay, so the third multiple of 4 is what the answer to 2 times 4 would be, and 2 times 4 is 8. Then the fourth multiple would be what the answer to 3 times 4 is, and that's 12. And the fifth multiple would be the answer to 4 times 4, which we just found out was 16. So the multiples of 4, the first 5 are these ones here. 0, 4, 8, 12, and 16 are the first 5 multiples of 4. But you could go on and on and on and find all of the multiples, which is why we give you a limit. So you'll notice that on my homework worksheet, it has some practice, find the factors, and then some practice, find the first 5 multiples. So you should have a limited list here, and then these ones you will have to find the factors, the 2 numbers that multiply together to make 14 and 20. Okay, so I hope that that helped. I hope that my whiteboard was not backwards in that whole video, but we will find out. So you can sign back in tomorrow for the next lesson. See you later.